I'll mention one thing. Someone asked Dr. Daoud if he performs miracles, and his simple answer was he believes all life is a miracle. That's all. The last person I just met today, Mrs. Veronica Avalos. I'd like to have you please come up and tell your experience. I, like all of you, will hear firsthand what happened to her with Dr. Daoud when she was here before. She's a CPA and a remarkable woman. Veronica.
Hi. I'm not good at speaking in front of people. Back in October of 2000, I was diagnosed with cancer, and it was a tumor the size of a cantaloupe in my chest, and my left lung was involved. They said I was in stage 4. They diagnosed me on October 26th and said I was in stage 4 and told my family I would be gone by Christmas. You know, I thought I had a baby that was less than a year old, so I thought that I was just tired from having a baby, and I had another son. I had 2 sons. One's 13 months apart. They're 13 months apart. So I had 2 babies, and I was busy with my clients, so I felt it was just that I was tired. But no, they said it was cancer. One of my clients was Kathy Eldin, who introduced me to Rached. And when she first called me, I had just been home from the hospital a couple of days, and she said, oh, I want to bring this marvelous man over, and he's a healer, and it's such a good experience for you. Well, I've been raised a Catholic all my life. I've gone to Catholic school for 12 years, and I was very skeptical about it. But I gave in, and he came over, and I just did it kind of like, my husband goes, well, come on, she's doing it as a favor, come on, come on. So I said, okay. So he came over, and I was on night oxygen. I mean, I was on oxygen all the time. I had IVs hooked up to me, and I was thinking, no, I have a future to plan for my children. I have to take care of my last wishes. I have to take care of everything. This is the last thing I want to be doing. Well, my night nurse was there, Rached was there, Kathy was there, and my husband. They were the only people allowed in the room. And he started talking to me for about an hour, and I listened and got about probably half of what he told me. And then he told me, now I'm going to show you. And then all as I remember is feeling a sense of love and euphoria. All I could feel was love being penetrated through me. It's a very emotional thing for me. He did something to me that I knew I wasn't going to die. He told me what type of cancer it was because they hadn't yet diagnosed it. He told me that I had to go through Western medicine and that I would be okay. When he touched me, all I could feel was his love coming through to me. And my husband had told me that I have a scar right here that was just a few days old at the time. And he was pressing on it, laying me back, turning me around, and all sorts of things, and I didn't feel any of that. All I could feel that I was in a very warm, safe place. I guess he worked with me for about 20 minutes, my husband said. And then after that, I had to throw up because since it started, I was throwing up blood every 5-10 minutes. I completely stopped throwing up blood after that. My night nurse was so amazed. She said, I can't believe you're not throwing up blood. And I didn't throw up again until I started my chemotherapy and my stomach ruptured. After that, he told me on our second visit, I saw him a Saturday after that, and he told me a lot about the Bible. We spoke about Christ when he went to the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And he told me that when Christ lost hope is when the devil came. And he said, and you can never lose hope in your fight or your treatment. You always have to keep optimistic, and you have to stay up in high spirits. And I did. I mean, I really tried hard. There were days I made up new cuss words in my pillow and stuff, but the majority of the time I was in good spirits. In fact, nobody believed that I was so sick. And he also told me that I wasn't waging a battle against cancer. I had to become with it, one with it. So then my chemotherapy started in November, and by February, 14th, I was in remission, which was, I went to USC Norris. The doctors were shocked. They couldn't believe that I had already gone into remission, and I haven't been out of remission yet. I've had problems with my breathing because of the radiation I received, but I haven't had any traces of the tumor growing. In fact, the tumor has shrinked a lot. It was inoperable because it was attached to my aorta, my esophagus, all my main organs and area right here, so it was inoperable. But they tell me the chances of it coming back are pretty high. But I don't think it's going to come back because Rached said it wasn't going to come back. And everything he predicted was true for me. And the first night I met him, I truly fell in love with the man. I mean, I felt that I don't call him doctor, I truly, in my heart, believe he's an angel from God on this earth. And I don't think anything different of him. I love him dearly, and I don't think if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here now. I would have given up hope, and I wouldn't be at the point that I got to. And when I talk to my doctors about it, my one doctor, my oncologist, he believes me, and he says that I truly believe you, because from the test that I had done at the first hospital I went to, before I went to Norris, the tests were different. When I started my treatment, I had actually had a shrinkage in the tumor, and that was in between the time that I saw Rached. So he believes me, but I know he's a man of God, and I think we're all lucky to have him on this earth.